Hello and welcome back to the final 9 holes of the 2024 Portland Open presented by Latitude 64. We've got a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Plus coming to a close, 150 points on offer. One man looking real solid to win it.
I'll correct you. 125.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, 150 for the playoffs, 200 for majors. But yeah,
Okay.
they were previously 150 points. They've now been lowered to 125, but still, it's more significant than the average Disc Golf Pro Tour event, which there are 18 of, and we are just 9 holes shy.
And you're watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Thank you. We are 9 holes shy of being halfway through the season. I didn't know you didn't get through all of it. That's my fault. I apologize. I was really excited to correct you. I don't get to do it very often. Paul?
Oh, all right. Well, I'm afraid to talk, but hole 9, crap. Hole 10, par 4, 710 feet. Clear the bunker over there if you're trying to go roller. Mando left of that. All kinds of different gaps to hit. The main goal is to just get 400 feet of distance and then manufacture something into this green. You can see out of bounds deep and a green short. You'll see a lot of people, though, leave themselves around circle's edge right here. Basing this seems like it's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. We got a cool race going for second place right now, as Gannon's lead is still 8 shots.
A cool race.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like that.
It's pretty chilly out there. The highest I saw it was 58 degrees today.
Yeah, it's not warm, that's for sure.
It is certainly doesn't feel like June 2nd, but don't tell Calvin Heimburg, who's celebrating his 29th birthday today.
Hit that skinny gap just like Isaac Robinson did. Gannon Buhr there, and plenty of distance on the turnover.
I've been watching Gannon for the last few years, and I think I'm ready to say it. I think he's the most mechanically sound disc golfer.
Makes a lot of sense. I don't think anyone put more work in as a youth in studying video and meticulously changing his form to get everything just right.
Well, one of the things you want to see with that, as we have another player on here who is very mechanically sound in Redalen, is how effortless they look when they throw and how far it goes. You know?
Sure.
Like, I feel like that's a big point. We don't know a lot about form, but if it doesn't look like you do anything and the thing shoots out of your hand going a million.
It's a great sign.
Yes, that's a pretty good sign to me.
It's a great sign you're doing something right.
I think Simon, another person who doesn't look like he does much.
Gannon's really interesting because his footwork is so slow. It just he like kind of creeps up on the disc and it just launches out of his hand.
Yeah.
That is near bullseye for Cole Redalen. Great approaches from both him and Ricky Wysocki, and Calvin going forehand.
Ooh, and I like it. It needs to get off the green. And remember when I said it was tough? It is tough to land on this hill, but these guys are making it look easy.
Love the versatility there from Calvin, being able to go forehand flex shot off the green.
This is a big drive to be up near this tree.
Oh.
And it's a poor approach.
Does he lay that up?
I don't think there's any reason.
So, but he does.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for him to go for... He's kind of underneath the tree as well.
Yep.
He's getting into a funny situation where as it becomes crystal clear that he's going to win, and that's not here yet. But then you do kind of get into a spot where you might as well run some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the prudent play for sure. I didn't think he would, but I'm kind of glad to see that he did. No real incentive to attack there.
I mean, we saw him run that one putt. I think it was first round by the tree on hole 4 of the West course.
Yes.
From a knee around the tree, water right there.
Silly thing for you guys, something I noticed. If you go back to Ricky's tap-in putt, the cameraman on the right side looked just like a panda. Just go back and look at it. I thought it was funny. You might find it funny at home. If not, then it's a stupid thing for me to notice.
No, that sounds pretty funny. I do want to see that, actually.
I want to see it too. I want to see an eagle on this hole.
So do I.
This is a par 5. If there's anybody that can do it, it's this card.
This card, yeah.
1,145 feet. But you on the second shot, if you can get in position, you can go home. Lots of trees guarding this par 5 once you come in here, though. So it is kind of tough. I think the play is right down the middle with a big old turnover. Let's see if Cole tries that.
Yeah, let me know which gap you're thinking. Is it this one he's hitting now?
Yes, the middle one.
Okay, and trying to get turn
Lower,
a lot
obviously.
like this.
Yeah.
Lower.
Okay.
Lower with juice. Get on the actual golf tee
Yeah.
is the money spot because it gives you higher.
Well, then would you potentially want to take one more gap to the left, like this?
Yes, for the roller. Absolutely.
Kind of windy at the moment. Pushing this way right, but I don't think
get
that's...
on the tree.
Yeah, that's the only real problem if you get... This is maybe the worst hole to get stuck against a tree because you just want to be able to... All you really want on this hole is to land somewhere where you can go send everything on that second shot because it's so fun and there's so much room right. It's like one of the very rare times on the Disc Golf Pro Tour that you can absolutely launch
As
one.
far as you want, very little penalty.
Oh.
Ooh.
Heads up, spectators.
Inbounds.
Yes, inbounds, but essentially he's about 35 feet closer to the hole than he was just a moment ago.
So this is full send. And does he hit the gap?
And I think he misses his line on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Good kick.
Really good kick. I think that now allows Gannon to go full send on his third.
Cole needs to make sure this is turned. If it doesn't, there is out of bounds left.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that.
It's come down. It's inbounds, but it is going to be behind an obstacle tree.
I kind of think it might have been out of bounds without that tree hit.
Maybe.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. Getting that thing moving right is what you want.
Man.
This is going to be pin high. Does it get the skip over down into the
Yeah.
gully?
Huge shot.
And just a great chance to save par, which is so good.
I'd say
after
nearly
that first.
guaranteed.
One would think. So good after hitting the very first tree.
This is the spot.
Yep.
If he can get this two turned.
It's too much. Yeah, come
How
on.
stable is it, though?
Come around. Skip
It's starting to fight.
Get down. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Huge distance. I mean, that's
That's
100?
100.
C3, maybe C4.
I like that.
Calvin's kind of pinched off here, but if he gets it turned enough
Oh,
and
plenty.
stable enough,
He really forced the Anheuser. I
no.
think that he, with his power, if he throws that thing just a little bit less Anheuser and just lets it go straight, I think that this naturally turns on its own.
Ooh, this is a really hard position to be in. I don't think he can get it to get all the way left towards the pin. This is a par play here. Yeah. Good shot, though.
It's more distance as you'd like than you would like to have going into the green to save the par, but Calvin has done really well with that.
And just so much easier from over there as opposed to short going down the hill. A few more
correct.
trees to miss.
At least he
control.
he got the distance right, which is really the most important thing.
Calvin's
I
actually
agree.
going to get a birdie. So
That's what I meant to say.
Over there on the right is a fantastic place to be. If you're big power guy, that's nice. I just think that's a great par save. Cool, calm, and collected after that first mistake.
Hole gets really long if you just kick directly left.
Here for eagle, right?
Yes, it is. Valiant effort.
has a little left.
He cleans
okay.
business up. Birdie for Calvin and Ricky. And that birdie is back-to-back now for Calvin, and he is 2 under par for the day.
2 under, 5 under, 5 under, 2 under, which isn't bad in the conditions today. As you can see the leaderboard over there, not a lot of people doing much better.
Yeah, I think maybe at this point the hottest round turned in is 6 under. There was a few 5 unders early. I think 6 under is the lowest round out there, and it's just not quite letting people through all the way. 10 under, we saw a few of those. I think 3 of them in round 3.
Let's see a roller here from Ricky. He needs to land this right by that Mando. Cut left, no cut.
Oh, straight vertical. I wonder how much of that is him missing his line or partly due to the ground play.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the line was missed. I think the angle of the disc.
Okay. Calvin hitting maple.
That was line. Bad line.
It's kind of been a lot of that for him today. I feel like he's just been not quite on the... I don't know. It doesn't seem like normal Calvin.
Tough conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot of the crowd. And that's what they came to see.
That was fantastic. We better run that back.
Hometown kid. Parked.
Yeah, follow flight coming. And it's so well deserved. Going backhand down this line, such a low ceiling. Beautiful.
Not a lot of park jobs on these courses. It's going to be a nice little drop in.
Whoa. That
Very.
got some odd wind shear kind of as it turned.
And
Yeah, C1
pretty
edge.
good.
Yeah, not a bad result.
Okay, I was scared for a second. I thought he hit the tree. Has plenty of distance.
Couple pars, 1 birdie.
Great drive.
Put him in solo second for the moment.
Paul Macbeth, hole 16.
Is that one a decent amount short? Big putts. Macbeth went out of bounds back on hole 5 on the short side of Cappuccino Creek and made the par putt from 80 feet.
Wow.
Made some big putts today.
Cole, 6 under. This could be special for the young kid.
Hole 13, par 3, 455. The most common play here is the flex shot, staying out in the open field as long as possible and then swinging back left late, trying to find one of the gaps between these trees. See if any of these guys can get the park job. It's a difficult one to get really close to. I think if you're Gannon Buhr, you've found yourself at kind of that magic spot where you have 6-shot lead, 6 holes to play. I think all of us have that clock kind of in our head. If you're playing with a lead, trying to close down a win, you just want to find yourself in a position where you have one more throw than there are holes left. And then you start to feel really pretty comfortable about being able to just kind of chip your way around, stay ahead of the guys that are chasing you.
Ricky going a little long, but this is going to skip in circles.
Yeah.
About 9 feet outside the circle.
A bit more direct. Gonna come short of the basket. And wow, never stop skipping.
Can this get between the trees? No.
Wow, that is a lot shorter
Yeah.
even than I thought.
Yep.
Gannon just laying it up. A putt you would never see him lay up if he wasn't in the position that he was in. Cole been really dangerous from this distance, but I think that tree
Yeah.
is giving him some fits. Ricky now to settle the score. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Someone asked for it in the crowd. Ricky
Must
gave
have.
it to him.
Yeah. And that's going to tie him up with Cole in that race for second place.
I don't like watching putts go in slow motion because it shows me how close they all are to spinning.
No doubt.
And I
man.
don't notice that in real time at all. They all just like, oh, sweet, made it. And so
It
many of
makes
our
spit
slow
outs
mezzes.
seem like so much more reasonable.
So many of our slow mezzes is just clawing in on the last link, and I don't see any of that the first time around.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of traumatic. I like the flight in slow motion, though. I'll say that. I just close my eyes at the end because I already know what happened.
That's the one we show in slow motion right there.
Nate wanted a callback.
That's what I'm
that's
asking
fair.
for.
That's fair.
There's no spit out there. Layup is a nice, friendly thing. Hole 14, par 4, 845 feet. Gotta be the hardest hole in the course. I mean, this one is absolutely demanding the most power from the players. Big, risky tee shot required to get you in position to have any chance to reach this green in 2. You got to take on the mandatory with the big turnover. There's plenty of mistakes to make. You can overcook it OB right. You can fade it out, find yourself OB left, or just tie it up in the trees. And then there's just a really frustratingly mid-circle 2 wall of guardian trees there at the end, where if you don't get through clean, you're just not loving the length of your putt. This is turning around going backwards on Ricky Wysocki.
Yeah, that thing rolled backwards a solid 125. Yeah,
Look at it. It's right there.
he could just throw a putter
Oh, man.
with his left hand.
Ooh, this is dangerous.
Maybe overcooked.
It might do the same thing as Ricky's.
Might not be that much better.
Interesting. Just a weird wind condition.
Very windy at this point.
The headwind is coming down the tunnel, and the players probably can't feel it as intense as it is out in the fairway.
Do we see potentially a forehand from Gannon Buhr?
Ooh, I want to see Calvin with a more stable disc.
And Calvin, this is pushing towards that OB line, but it's going to receive a
Same
similar
thing.
fate.
Stays in bounds.
Stays in bounds.
Okay. Yeah, you see that flag Spotter's holding.
We'll see if Gannon goes to school on all these lines. He's just, everyone is misjudging this wind.
Yeah, no forehand. Forehand pretty much takes birdie out of play. And this is way less Anheuser, so I think he definitely
For sure.
figured something out
That
from
is-
those guys.
He's gorgeous.
He threw it through the gap flat.
That is so technical and just the awareness of what's going on around him and making the adjustments. That was fantastic work there from our leader.
Where is Ricky trying to land this? There's no way he can get anywhere near the basket. Just as much distance as possible is what I would think.
I think it was this hole yesterday where somebody was out of position, and Uli made a good point. It was like the course has forced them to play for par now, and that's a great thing. You throw a drive that's maybe another 80 feet or so, and you're in that position where you almost feel obligated to go for it, and that brings that out of bounds into play. Like that bunker there.
Wow.
Cole just putting the brakes on in time, but if he's closer, he finds that bunker.
We saw Drew do that same thing. Just go right side and land right next to that bunker.
Too close for comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I still just think the spot Ricky is in now.
Oh,
Whoa.
watch out.
Get down.
Yeah,
no,
this is
no
heading.
chance. That's... Oh. Why?
Whoa.
It looked like so out of bounds.
It looked
didn't
like it lifted.
Yeah. I think I was just going to say the spot Ricky's in now, I don't love, and it's not because I have a better option, but 150, 200 feet short on this hole.
Oh.
No. That looked like it was going to find its way through.
Unfortunate counter skip for Gannon, and then the side spin into the bunker.
So I think he's going to go wide and try to skip this in.
Yeah, it's a bunch of tiny gaps that are like uniquely uniform. Each one requires a different angle coming in, and they're all tricky.
And when it works, it looks easy. But
You
if that's
like
a little shorter and he skips on that angle and hits the tree, he's rolling back right. He's now attempting 39-footer in the wind. That's well done. That's the biggest gap back there. If you can be over on that right side, I think it makes it a little easier to access.
I don't think that's going to be a very easy putt in this wind.
Calvin.
Ignore that one.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm talking about. Just low ceiling, awkward gaps. That OB on the left always keeping you honest because that's inside circle one. All that rough back there, so you can't really scream something in.
That was pretty conservative.
Yeah, I don't see what.
Attempt.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do? Ripping wind, OB right behind it.
Just can't fit the disc in the basket today. Is Calvin Heimburg,
No,
unfortunately.
no, he can't.
Not easy, but gets it in there. Left to right crosswind with his style of putt. Probably his favorite right there. It's going to be windy.
Well, par looks pretty good at the moment.
Yes.
Cool opportunity for Calvin Heimburg to be on lead card, a place he's obviously very familiar with, on his birthday. Not cool to play less than your capabilities. In the rain, it's not fun.
Goose Goss.
And that's a familiar spot on the
Oh.
72nd hole of the tournament.
A little sweet revenge for the guy.
Come on, redemption.
There
Yes.
it is.
And that currently will put Aaron Gossage with the bogey from Calvin in solo fourth place. See if our current scores will update that in real time. And they do. So 6 under, currently where Wysocki, Redalen, and Gossage are tied for the hot round. Just a few holes to go. Who is going to finish in second?
Hole 15 has this OB on the left side. That's really the only bad trouble spot to watch out for. Backhand up the middle, forehand flex.
Some people say that I really love this hole because of my stable captain's Raptors. Oh, look at this.
Rick needs a little more stability.
That was stable.
It was, because he really
Yes.
came over the top on that.
Cole going right up the middle. Can he get the right flip?
Pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah, about 29 feet away.
Oh, he got into the circle.
He did.
That's a great shot then, especially with a putter in that wind.
Yeah, that was a pretty throw. And this is just heading right at the fur. Not far from the ideal line, but you'd rather be off by 2 feet than 2 inches.
How stable is it? And will it split the trees over there? Yes. Tap them in.
Fantastic.
And that might get the follow flight treatment, and it does.
And that'll just quiet everything down. I mean, it's a funny feeling, I think, when you're winning a tournament. It's to everyone there, it's sort of obvious you're going to win, but to you, at least in my experience, I hardly ever allow myself to feel like, oh, sweet, I got it done. Like, so this is going to feel really good to him. A little bit of pressure release, because if you look at his last 5 or 6 holes, it's a lot of frustration. A bogey and a bunch of pars. When he feels like with every passing hole, if I could just throw a great shot, I can close the door. I can close the door. I can close the door. And you failing to do that, that pressure builds up, especially with the memory of Las Vegas fresh in his mind, kind of not quite coming through.
Right.
Good effort for Ricky, and that miss opens the door for Cole to step into the driver's seat of second place.
Oh.
Easily the biggest error on the green for the round for Cole. And he's got nearly the same distance coming back for the par this time.
I don't think as a
Good delivery there.
as a player you can ever allow yourself to just be like,
No.
it's okay now.
Yeah.
Because at any moment that you do it, we've seen crazy stuff happen.
Yes.
Crazy stuff. Especially on a hole like the one you just played back there. All of a sudden, you roll out of bounds like we saw those guys. You go left out of bounds, you slip like Calvin does.
Sure.
And then big number comes in.
And having a huge lead and blowing it is an actual nightmare that we all have.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yes.
this is like, he's like trying to avoid that. You would think it would be easy, maybe not so much.
Introducing Disc Raptor, the best way to clean and dry your discs on the course. Make short work of mud, moisture, and dust in a quick spin. Made of quality materials that are built to last. Compact revolutionary design with synthetic turf and high-surface microfiber cleaning surfaces. Lightweight and easy for travel. It's there when you need it. Welcome to the future of disc golf.
16 par 3 410. We've already checked in with a couple Pauls on this hole, playing that low backhand power shot down the right side, trying to skip it in late. You also see some rollers occasionally, flex forehand possible as well. Kind of a middle of the road difficulty type hole.
See a lot of up the middles too.
Yeah, backhand, trying to turn it.
Which is surprising. I think that's the tougher
It's
of all
it's
the shots.
kind of a small gap. It's really close to you, but
And see, get down. Oh, no. Nope. No, sir.
That is the number one obstacle on the entire Glendoveer track is just the low ceilings.
Oh, here's the flex. Gets a baby bit of turnout out of it. Oh, needed less.
The line was nice, just a little bit fast out at that width.
I think we'll see Cole going
this guy's
straight.
This guy's up the middle all day, every day. Oh, no.
Looked like it
Danger.
just slipped out of his hand.
That is a dangerous spot to be. Still got every bit of 380 left, if not more.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
No.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah, for sure.
Cole going backhand from here.
What a shape.
That's really
What
good.
a shot.
Nice.
Just to find anywhere near C1 from that spot over there. It's pretty imaginative. Great execution. Well, that's still some work left for Ricky.
Give him something back. No.
Yeah, just
pesky par putts coming up
Yeah,
for
certainly.
the guys.
That's a heck of a save. Sorry.
Stripe.
Another one. Not a fun day for Calvin Heimburg, I'm afraid.
This kid's having a blast, though.
Chance to have, you know, one of his best finishes of his life. Obviously, he got the huge win, but this is big. (17) par 4, 830. Mando's on each side of this initial tree line, just trying to push through here any way you can, as far as you can, because there are so many trees up here by the basket. There's not a clear best line, in my opinion. Perhaps if you get way to the right, but that's really hard to do. So I think you're just trying to get as much distance as possible so that you can make those gaps big, so that you can hit the first one, see if you can get up there for some kind of putt for birdie.
Missed that tree, and this one is. That was more like a.
Yeah, that was one of the. It was the.
Yeah.
But not the.
Yeah.
It was good, no question.
Without a doubt. This is not.
That's none of the whoof or the foof.
Got it on Heiser. Similar to Gannon.
Very similar, yes. There they are. Oh, really?
Oh.
Different approach. Could have been a misrelease, but
I was just hoping he gets through.
Oh, boy.
Those are tough to get through.
yeah. I hate when you're hoping you're going to get through and you hit the literal first.
Yeah.
A lot of work left for Ricky. Short distance, but very technical.
You gotta be.
Doesn't even get to the first tree. Cole, knowing that Ricky is not into the gap yet, has an opportunity, finds a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
Look at that fun action.
had some rotations on it, didn't it? Didn't it?
It sure did.
Yeah. Hurry.
Cannon's, I like this one. It's a little bit wider. Gives an opportunity. Yeah, they're about the same actually now.
Some
Hit that
kind of
stump.
root.
Yeah.
That's good work for Rick.
Oh, yeah. At first, I thought he was lining up a putt. And I was like, Calvin, I don't think you can putt it 300 feet, buddy. But hey, you never know. With
Yeah.
those long arms.
Big putt for Cole to take second place going into the final hole.
Sit.
And there is OB back there.
Wow,
Whoa.
really? That got rolling.
That's going to force Cole to have to make a third consecutive putt from near the edge of the circle for par.
Oh, there you go. Little highlight.
I hope we show this again.
Oh no. Do I need to close my eyes?
I think it hits like
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Huge putt now. Oh, boy. From birdie to bogey, and work still left to be done for Cole. Calvin saves yet another par. It has been a slow rolling kind of day. Podium all but locked up. The battle for second place really comes down to Ricky versus Cole, and with a par putt here for Ricky, he will take command of second place going into the final hole.
Wow, just when it looked like the odds were in Cole's favor. An unfortunate roll and another missed putt, and Ricky Wysocki, happy to take advantage, gained the stroke with a par.
Were we talking about perhaps getting to 35 under for the lead, like the winner gets the 35 and they win? I can't believe we said that now. Or maybe you guys didn't say that, but I remember thinking that 35 would be the winning score, and that just seems...
35 seems way too good.
It seems way too good in hindsight, knowing how well Cole has gotten or played to get to this place. Again, I'm sorry, Gannon has played to get to this place here where he is 32 under with a huge lead.
Yeah, I think the level that Rick and Cole are playing at is generally going to get you pretty close. Like, I think 25 could win on this layout if you didn't have him going nuclear the first couple of days. Gannon, I mean. Wow, so windy.
Yeah, this hole got rainy, windy. Like the rest of the course was fine, and then you got to 18, and it was like, well, you can see what's going on out here.
Absolutely.
It was hard to get it to the landing zone. Like the pond was definitely in people's mind as, oh, if it drops, might not clear.
Ricky
I mean,
puts
see,
that one over the pond.
Barely, well, not barely. He clears it with some bit, but typically he would be going into the trees.
Yes.
He's just going to be a little bit tight to that inside row of firs, and I don't know if he'll be able to force a backhand. I think he's going to have to throw either a forehand or like a layup turnover shot.
See what I mean?
Boy.
That one started to drop quick.
If Calvin's barely clearing that.
Calvin with a birdie will tie for fourth place with Isaac Robinson and Aaron Gossage. An eagle would overtake them, but I think with that tee shot, eagle is out of play for Calvin now, so he would love to just get the birdie and get the points for top 4 and an Elite Series Plus.
Needs to get heavy with Heiser, and it's doing that.
Yeah, that's a great shot. He's set up well for it now. Yep. Back into position. With Ricky safe, Cole's got to be thinking either eagle or playing something aggressive.
Wow. Get down.
This is going to find that one safe area left of the green. It's outside C2.
Is he going for that same area?
It's heading
On
in the same
purpose?
direction.
Might as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure is. Playing buddy golf.
It's got to be like the least used land on the whole course.
Right?
Like nobody's ever going over there. But it is nice if you're playing aggressive and you happen to fade out and you have all kinds of power.
Ricky's second shot. This is wide.
Just needs a swing and skip.
Oh, no.
Wow. Ricky out of bounds early.
Hits the upslope. One place you cannot hit over there.
So he has to get up and down now
Yeah, he needs this shot
to save the par.
What?
Crazy.
Brutal. That is brutal, guys.
There's no way
this seems so unfair.
I mean, look at the wind, though. Just ripping from left to right.
And Calvin has gotten away from his approach, and he's throwing it out of bounds. And now Cole can lay up and take solo second place to the guy who he's hosting this week at his home, Gannon Buhr, who has a layup to win by 8 shots.
A couple of 19-year-olds showing the world how to do it.
And Gannon was not laying that up, folks. That was an eagle run 100% of the way. What do you think about that?
I like it. With that lead, have a little fun. There's a lot of people here. Can you imagine the scream he gets to let out if he makes that putt and give everybody a memory? I'm here for it, especially with the kind of putting he's capable of.
Ricky, a completely unimportant putt at that point. Just kind of pitches it up uninspired. Doesn't really matter, though. That is a big putt, though, for Calvin. A miss there, and he takes... No longer does he have solo 6. He would be tied with Paul Macbeth. What a week for Oregon's own Cole Redalen. Incredible disc golf. And a podium finish for Ricky.
His 900th.
Pretty incredible.
There's your champion, Gannon Buhr. Feels like we've known it for a while, but he still had to go through it.
2 solid rounds, I think we've known it. This putt would be coming up sooner or later.
Dominant. Nothing short of dominant all week.
1062 average doesn't seem fair for the way he played this week.
On behalf of our presenting sponsor, Latitude 64, your 2024 Portland Open champion, Gannon Buhr.
Those roses have never been more happy. That rain coming down.
They look like the nicest roses I've ever seen.
This course has fit my game so well. A lot of flex shots, a lot of placement golf in the Open. There's not too many tight gaps, but my throwing was so good this week. Not every hole is a guaranteed birdie or even a par, so a little bit nervous there, but I bullseyed that shot on 15 for birdie. Once I had 6 strokes again with 3 holes to play, I knew it was pretty much over. Tried getting the eagle in 18, didn't quite get it. I'm not one to like lay up putts for the win or something like that, so I always trying to give the crowd a show, but love Portland. This event's so good. It's in my top 3 of the entire year. The crowd is amazing. I appreciate all you guys coming out because it's not great weather. I can't wait to come back next year. I'm already looking forward to it. And still got one more event in Oregon, Beaver State Fling. Going to be a ton of fun. Hope to see you guys out there.
He's too young to already have the victory speech locked down.
He's got a lot of practice already. It's incredible. Minus 33. And he didn't do much of it today. I mean, just doing exactly what he needed to do, but playing through the rain.
You know, the funny thing is, as slow as that round was for Gannon, 2 off the hot round.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hard day. It was a hard day. It was a hard day.
Very hard day.
No question.
Yep.
Yuli sitting there 10th. Nicely done. Podium, Redalen, Wysocki. Got to shout them out. Gossage coming in tie 4th.
Shout out to Eagle McMahon. That's like he's getting back on track.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see him playing well. Yeah. But
Isaac Robinson, too, has had a slow year, and he gets a 4th place finish. That's huge for the confidence with him. If he gets that circle 2 putt rolling, we'll be seeing him back in the mix. But, yeah, dominant performance by Gannon Buhr.
I want to shout out Chandler Kramer. These are not forehand courses, in my opinion, at all. And 31st place for a forehand player is very nice. Well done to you. Guys, we are exactly halfway through the season now for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We've made it.
Let's keep going.
Thank you to the Founders Club. We'll give you the second half if you guys keep following us. See you next week at the Beaver State Fling.